Hey, we'll talk about the best budget camera today. So let me just take the camera out first. Hey, what's up? This is Chris. It's nice to see you guys here again. And let's roll the intro first. Okay, so this is the Canon EOS 6D, and this was my first full-frame camera. I'm still using it today as my secondary camera because I'm a prime lens person. I don't want to always switch between lenses, and that's why I will bring two cameras while I'm shooting weddings. Okay, so let's dive into the specification first. The Canon 6D has a 20 megapixel full-frame sensor and it rocks a Digit 5 Plus image processor. The ISO ranges from 100 to 25,600 and it is expandable to 50 and 100,000. It can shoot up to 4.5 frames per second for continuous shooting. It has 11 AF points, but only the center one support cross-type focusing. 20 megapixel is good enough for both beginners and professionals. I won't say there are plenty headrooms for cropping, but at least I've never encountered a problem with it. And the details captured by this camera is decent given at its price point. Surprisingly, the low light performance is even slightly better than the EOS 5D Mark III. That's probably a benefit of having less pixels on your sensor. There aren't many AF points though when you compare it with the modern mirrorless cameras. It doesn't bother me too much though because I always stick to the center AF point anyways. The AF point in the center is so powerful that it can grab focus accurately even at night. But I've never done any AF tracking on this camera because it's really bad. You may ask, why do I recommend this camera to you? It's because the camera is really cheap now. You can buy a new one on Amazon for around 800 bucks. I'll put the link down below in the descriptions. It will be even cheaper if you buy a used one. There are no notable compromises in terms of image quality, but you can get professional image quality, the Canon color science, as well as the advantages offered by full-frame camera. The only compromises are probably the pixel count and the less capable AF system, and that's all. This camera is good enough for people who are upgrading from their older APS-C counterparts. It's a decent backup camera for professionals as well. But if you often shoot sports or some fast-moving subjects, I wouldn't recommend this camera to you. I'll explain a little bit later. You'll get all the advantages of full-frame sensor if you are buying this camera by paying less. You can now fully utilize your wide aperture lenses, maybe such as your Nifty 50. You can get an even shallower depth of field out of this camera. And with a larger sensor, you can capture tons of more light, which basically means better low light performance. Full-frame camera used to come with expensive price tags. They were targeted to professionals and some rich guys that like collecting cameras. But they are now more accessible thanks to the introduction of EOS 6D. Because 6D was probably the first affordable full-frame camera in the market when the time it was released. I would say my 6D holds up in terms of image quality and reliability nowadays. Although it's an all-round camera, this camera isn't for everyone. If you need fast and accurate autofocus, this camera isn't for you. Trust me, I'm speaking from experience. During an engagement photo shoot, I tried to track the couple walking towards me, but the camera failed to capture maybe half of the continuous shots. The one-shot focus is totally fine, but I won't bother using the continuous autofocus. This camera might not be for you if you are that kind of person who shoots sports or wildlife a lot. This camera also lacks autofocus in video mode, not to mention the more advanced features such as focus peaking. If video is important to you, don't buy this camera. You can go for the EOS R instead, which I'm using to shoot this video right now. So hope you enjoyed this video, hit the like button and subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I'll put the links down below in the description. Thanks for watching and I'll see you guys next time.